This is Chandra Valkyrie. Chandra is a local Tulsa artist who created her own art car. This is the Hearsicorn. Why does this exist?
I've always loved unicorns, and I've always loved art cars, and I've wanted an art car for a very long time. And I also am a little interested in the macabre and a hearse. They always look fun to own. So I combined all those things into one, basically, and came up with Hearsicorn.
How exactly did you get started?
I did do some research on hearses, and I was in a couple of hearse groups looking around, and I test drove a hearse and fell in love with it. Thought, oh, this would be awesome to have. Remembering the art, knowing that I wanted to make an art car and out of there. I didn't know it was going to be a unicorn yet. But anyway, I was interested after test driving that one. And a friend of mine, I talked to him about the hearse that he owned, and it happened to be this one, and he was thinking about upgrading. So it wasn't very long. I researched for about a week, wasn't quite ready to buy a hearse, but because he was ready to upgrade and sold me his, I went and bought it.
How long did it take for you to make?
In the iteration that is right now, the head, I did log my hours. It took 120 hours. It's made out of a lot of wire. It's very strong. It's very durable. So, and then the butt took, I didn't log my hours in that one, but I would say that probably took 40 hours.
What are some of Hearsicorn's features?
She has a horn in the front that's got MP3, so she neighs and whinnies in the front. And then we got another horn we're going to install in the back that will make the fart noises. And I will go ahead and play. Right now I've got all the noises on the one front horn, but I'll see if she'll play. Yeah. So that's her voice. And then we also have this. But I like that juxtaposition of the cute My Little Pony, and then like here's this hearse thing, And she has a bubble blower, which we're trying to work out the issues with that, because the bubble blower I bought worked like for 2 hours, but she has a space in her behind for a bubble maker to go.
What are you planning on adding to Hearsicorn?
We had to waterproof the top because when I took the vinyl off, we lost some waterproofing, and then put fur on the top. And then I've got instructions now without welding on how to put some rivets into the metal ribs that are on the top. And then so I'll be able to screw the unicorn head on and get rid of the straps. And she'll have more of a behind in the back. So it'll look more like a horse, or a unicorn rather. And I'll make her head a little higher too. But one of my favorite upgrades that we're going to do, we're going to put some rivets in, so I have some handles up there that I can put on. So maybe a couple of handles, so I can actually ride Hearsicorn during parades on the top, and maybe have a guest with me riding Hearsicorn on the top while some other person drives for me.
How long has Hearsicorn been in existence?
We just passed a year, so this is a year, yeah.
Do you have a favorite reaction someone gave to the Hearsicorn?
Oh, there's so many. I love them all, and not all of them are positive. I love the wave of shot. Like usually they see the unicorn first. And this is kids and adults, or even construction workers, or any when I'm driving, they see it first, and they're like, "Oh, it's a unicorn." And then their face kind of changes, like it's a hearse. And then they kind of go, after they get puzzled, they kind of go back to delight again, and then they usually yell at me or say hi or scream at me, or like, "Oh my God, that's awesome!" And then sometimes people are actually kind of disgusted by it. I'm a realtor, so I had a closing, and I was parked in front of the title company, and this guy gets out of his truck, and he just kind of gets out and looks at it, and kind of looks it up and down, and he's just like. Shakes his head. I love those too. I just, it makes people think, regardless if they have a positive reaction or a negative reaction. I enjoy all of them. It's just fun to kind of make people stop and think for a second, or experience joy, or
What would you make if you were to build another art car?
Oh gosh, that's a really good question. What would I make? I do like the art cars that are covered in fur. It might be like another animal. My Nissan Cube actually has a dog costume that's related to my real estate team name. And it'd probably be animal. I think it's kind of weird to put fur on a car, and some of my other art car associates have done that, and I just like that. So it'd probably be an animal.
What do you drive besides this?
I have a 2012 Nissan Cube, very different than this one.
Is driving a hearse any different than operating a normal vehicle?
Absolutely. So this guy is 22 feet long, and so the average truck when I park next to him, they look to be about 20, 21 feet. So it's a lot longer. You got to take your corners a lot slower. It's smooth. It's very smooth to drive. Drove it to Trinidad, Colorado in September, and it handled really well, beautifully. There's some different indicator. There's an indicator on it that says to level the ride. So I guess you don't. So you can keep the body level. Like when I turn corners too hard. You also have to, if you put something in the back, you have to make sure you tie it down so it doesn't roll forward into the cab. And then the interactions are different. There's definitely some beautiful, like, fun interactions with the hearse. So that's kind of different. There's a lot of people waving at me and stuff like that.
As far as you know, are there any other Hearsicorns currently in existence?
No, I've searched. I've seen no other Hearsicorns. This might be the first iteration. So I am not aware of any other Hearsicorns. She's really special.
Well, there you have it. Chandra Valkyrie, everyone. A great artist with a wonderful and unique mind. A unique corn mind.